Hello everyone and welcome back to FSM Super Sundays. My name is Troy and yeah, let's get straight into the charts this week, guys. Not been videos for the last couple of weeks just because we've been posting a lot more in our actual trading community on WhatsApp. So as I always say, if you do want to join that, please look in the description. There is a link there, and also there are our Instagram, socials, etc. that you can message us to find out more information. Right, so we're going to start off with just look at dollar pairs this week. Euro dollar first. So when we go to the weekly, we see this last week's candle was a very, very big bearish candle. This has been in a range for a number of weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, or say 7 weeks has been around this range, but this candle has engulfed the last 8 weeks candles, including this one here, suggesting that price is looking to move lower, quite nicely. And if you put a Fibonacci on this, you can see that it's come to a nice area, but I do think it'll get a bigger pullback. So let's go up to there. It's in between the 38.2 and the 50. I do expect it to come to the 61.8 sort of region, if not 78.6. This one does align with this trend line that I've placed on here. So, yeah, I do expect this price to head lower for the next 1, 2, 3, possibly even 4 weeks. But basically, I'm looking for it to get to sort of anywhere in this area here. I'll wait to see what price does and then take it from there. Because we do see, there's some spikes around this area here. So definitely this sort of area, you can see there's a lot of price rejection in this area. So yeah, I do expect just a dip below the 61.8. It may not reach all the way to 78.6, but I do fully expect this to be below the 61.8 very, very quickly. In terms of the daily time frame, yeah, similar sort of fashion. You can see price was ranging in this area here, and yeah, so now it's broken down. Wait for price to show its hand. It's even shown that it's breaking the trend line, or broken a trend, I should say. One right here. So naturally your first target will be the start of the trend line, so down here. However, being that it's now in a short term, it's now in an uptrend, it's broken previous structure or previous lower high. You can now expect the price to start making higher highs and higher lows on the weekly. Subsequently on the daily, it should follow suit very, very similarly. So looking for shorts this week only on euro dollar. Wait for, I can't really see anything now, but wait for like a trend line. Wait for something to show that it's looking to push lower. Okay, so trend lines, it might pull back into this level one more time. Or let me just take off this to make it less confusing. So take off Fibonacci. Okay. Right, so this is a key level. Wait for a bigger break below level, pull back, take shorts from 116.337 down to around 113. It's a nice key level around the trend line, and that should be also around the 61.8 and 17.6 levels. So just a rough idea of what we're looking for. Let's say we short it around here, stop loss 80 pips, take profit around here. So 3.7 to 1 going towards a 4 to 1, which is a nice risk reward. That's 300 pips to the downside. Yeah, that's what we're looking for on euro dollar. We'll quickly move on to cable. So right, with cable on the weekly, similar thing, bearish but not quite as bearish. We had our huge bearish week in a sort of middle of or beginning of September. So this one just, it's hit into or it's crashed into a level of support. So this is make or break for cable at the moment. Now it's been, moving lower for quite some time. And if we are to break above this trend line finally, this will be the full move out. This here was a bit of a fake out, but this will be a full move to see prices move higher and hit levels that it hasn't seen since around 2018 sort of times, up here around the 140 levels. So if we put a trend line on here as well, technically it's broken out a trend line. We'll look at it on a lower time frame to see if we found anything, but also there's potentially one here as well. Looks a bit more appropriate. Right, so yeah, price is in a key level right now. This trend line First touch, second touch, not quite valid. You could say it's valid here. Should move it a bit. Oh, not there. Right, so if we move it to there, still not really valid, so I'll delete that. Don't want to force it. This one here does look nice and valid. So if you want to be aggressive, you can take a long from here. You know, if you're lucky enough to see price retrace a bit lower, then you can take a long from roughly where it is. Stop loss just behind here, so 110 pips or so. Take profit roughly up here, so 6.8 to 1. It's more of a long-term trade because this is a daily time frame. But yeah, that's what, I personally, if you want to look at it more conservatively, once again, you always look for trend lines like that, break out, pull back, take a long. That will then confirm that it's broken this sort of downward movement here and then looking to move higher. That's what I would prefer to see, just because I'm a little bit more conservative. You can trade a move too early like here and get stopped out. So yeah, just wait for that breakout. And even if you want to be more conservative, wait for a pullback and then take longs from there. Right. Yeah, that's all there is to it. I'm looking for on cable, sorry. So I'm looking for longs. If it does break below, pull back to this level here, take shorts. Looking for first level, you can look for 122.50 and then roughly around 120. And then obviously the low is down at 114, but it won't get there, I don't think, for a very long time. But yeah, 120, and then yeah, so just look for those levels there to the downside. And finally, we'll very quickly look at dollar index. Just want to show you that price has come into a monthly level of support, and then now it has broken out of this range here. So you can expect price to head a bit higher up towards the 95.78 level. So there's a lot of this movement here. There's not a lot of support because price just moved in very, very quickly, sharp fashion, which we can expect price to do a similar fashion or similar move up. You'll see it sort of trade a bit more red candles, but then it should reach up to around 96.70 to 96, which does confirm our bearish bias for euro-dollar for the medium term. And it does also will weigh on cable, because it means that cable will face some pressure from the dollar in terms of dollar trying to strengthen. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. And yeah, hit us up on the socials, and we hope you have a wonderful trading week.